I want to ask you, you said something before we started rolling that you said you wanted to make this conversation honest.
Yeah,
You're like,
please.
this would make it powerful. So I want to ask you, Kevin, because you're the oldest and you have the most wisdom of the three, I'm assuming,
sure,
because you're the oldest. What is the thing?
We're getting honest now?
Exactly. What is the thing that both Joe and Nick do really well as leaders in their life in general that you really respect and admire? And what's the thing, being the oldest and the wisest, that you've observed of both of them that you think they can both improve on?
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah, don't tell them how to raise their kids.
Yeah, so that's a no-fly zone for any of us.
Yeah.
It's like telling somebody how to drive.
Yeah, exactly. But more of like, what do you see that they do really well in life?
Oh, okay.
And how could
I thought we
they?
were still on parenting, so I got a little nervous there.
And
what they do in real life, I think balancing their schedules in the sense of their family and their time, right? Like we all have our individual lives outside of what we do together. And so trying to find that balance between priorities, saying yes to everything, saying no when you have to, saying maybe, it's like trying to figure out how to make sure that the work-life balance is truly there. They do an incredible job at. Not always perfect, none of us are, but I think they are incredibly good at making sure they are home when they need to be home and as much time as they can be, and still prioritize the growth of their business, the growth of them as individuals, still daily challenges. Like Nick deciding to do this Broadway show that he did for the last, 14 weeks, 14, 15. That is a gauntlet, right? It's 8 shows a week. You don't have to do that. We could have kept doing it.
You got enough money. You don't need to do that. Yeah.
It's more about just like the craft and bettering yourself and choosing to do something that's challenging. And I think they both do that. Joe releasing a very honest album in the last 6 months. He worked on it for a while, but like being very, very vulnerable in the songwriting, the performances, the way he presented it, like the amount of time spent online to promote it. Joe, finding new ways to do that through, TikTok, social media, how they can do better.
What's one thing each one of them could improve on in their life that you think and you see as the wiser, older brother?
God. I do not have this answer. I really don't.
You're not going to upset us.
Yeah, what's the...
No, I don't know. Since
we said honesty.
Yeah, I'm with you. I just really don't really know, if I'm being completely fair with you. But the answer is, for Joe, letting others choose a restaurant at times. Joe does a very good job of curating.
That's a good answer, actually.
Joe does a very good job of curating the experience. Pride. He takes a lot of pride in where we go, where we eat, what kind of coffee we drink. And sometimes
he's good at it.
And he's very good at it. Sometimes it'd be nice to just do something else sometimes.
So what's the deeper meaning underneath that?
Correct.
Having a choice in the conversation.
Allowing others to have a choice in the conversation? Oh,
without having offense be given.
Oh, so not like taking control of everything.
It's not just because we have a suggestion does not mean your suggestion is not good.
Okay. And what about, how does that land for you? Does that resonate at all?
I'm aware of this.
Okay.
I'm no stranger to this, and I think I've gotten better at it. Okay. I used to we'd like show up in a city to visit Nick, and I'd be like, I'm going to show you around. He's like, I've been here for... I've actually been here.
I live here.
And I've also visited this place when we were younger at the same age.
Yeah.
I've gotten better at it. We did go to a restaurant Nick decided on.
Oh, that's
that actually meant a lot to me. And there was no like pushback. He recognized that I haven't been in my home city for like 6 months. And I was like, I'm dying to just go, and I'm going to go there regardless. It's sort of the
you're the comment or not? I'm going. Yeah.
And he allowed us to go there.
That's great. And what about for Nick? What's something that you really admire and respect, and then one thing that you see he could improve on?
I think I mentioned the challenging himself continuously. I think that is something that I find really impressive. Still pushing the boundaries sometimes when you don't really have to, but like still choosing to improve on for. Nate, it's just my personal experience. When he's going through a frustrating time, vocalizing that frustration instead of retracting.
So what is that? You mean he kind of holds it in the frustration? He
internalizes. Personally, I think he internalizes, and so then so I get nervous that I'm going to overstep if he's trying to process. And I don't know. I want to help because that's just my personality, but I also sometimes don't know how.
Interesting. Okay. And what about for you with both of them? One thing you admire about your older brother and think that he could improve on, and one thing for Nick as well.
I think Kevin is...
and maybe you guys already talk about this stuff all the time, but I'm just...
We don't actually talk about it enough.
Really?
Yeah. There's not. It's like the time that we have to just hang outside of work is like better spent, I think, enjoying what we're doing and not like just having tough conversations. But this is great.
Okay,
I love.
cool.
This is like my favorite kind of promo.
Awesome.
Yeah. I think Kevin is thoughtful. He's very he's a incredible father and partner, and it's amazing to watch him like navigate. Like I think we used to tease him on his like quick red eyes after a show to get back to his family until we had our families of our own, and we're like,
red eye.
We're like, oh, we get it. Like that of course you want to be as much as possible, be with your family, and be present with them. I think what he can improve on, I would say probably just relaxing and chilling out a little bit more, being able to just like pump the brakes and be a little less hard on himself.
How so? Is he just? You mean he's just always driven for more, or he's always frustrated with that he's not creating, or?
I think it's probably my assumption, or knowing you so well, is probably making sure that it, like pleasing others, and then he puts the pressure on perfectionism and making sure everything's like nothing can go wrong. And then if something goes wrong, it's like the castle's falling. And I think like being easier on yourself.
I'll take that.
Well, there's a book called The Birth Order, which is about kind of the order of like our siblings being birthed, and like the firstborn is supposed to be the most perfectionist, have the most responsibility on them. So maybe that's through you being the oldest of wanting to be perfect at everything.
Yeah, I think there's definitely some. I'm not trying to be perfect. I just feel like there's definitely an attempt to manage, and it's not necessarily good all the time.
Right. Okay. So how did that land for you?
Good.
Okay.
I totally get it, and yeah, I do need to chill the out.
So what about this guy?
Nick, he is a natural born leader, and within our band as well. And he is just coming off of like doing one of the most challenging things, I think, as a friend, but a bandmate. I mean, going and doing a Broadway show in general is like very challenging. And with as like his like 2/3 of this, and also 1/3 of this, and also speaking for us, and also watching him kind of navigate this mountain that he just went after. It's a beloved, for those who don't know, it's a beloved theater show, and it's already going to have a lot of eyeballs and critics, and I guess voices a part of a show like this. And it was like unwarranted negativity when it was announced, and a lot of like
there was a lot of negativity.
It was just tough. It was about the casting to the show itself, and we went to opening night. It was brilliant, and it was like beautiful. I went to opening night and the opening preview, and I was like, "You're crushing it!" And this is like he sings the entire show.
Wow.
Him and Andrea and Warren, they're both brilliant, or were brilliant, and it's just an uphill battle. And then award season, like Tony Award season, it's like you're constantly fighting this kind of thing that's the theater world. It's a whole league of its own, and I think a lot of the time it's like they're very insulated. And I witnessed him like have to even on like you read a tough, and we've gone through it, but it's never easy. You read like a tough review or tough like tweet, and you got to go like put on a good face and go do the show for the people that have bought the tickets. And so I think like that was really impressive, how he was finding the why of like why do this show or why like that's not fun part of this business. And him navigating that and still going and crushing it and never missing a show.
Wow. 8 shows a week.
Yeah. 8 shows a week. And also then like spending time with his daughter and wife and being present and being there and showing up and waking up early, hitting the gym, eating clean, not drinking as much. Like that is just a challenge in itself. It's very athletic, and I was really impressed. And I could see how it made a great change on his personality. Now what he could work on, I would say it's goes hand in hand with the first one, which is probably when these opportunities arise, it's always like an obvious yes, but I think probably maybe thinking about, okay, like, what do I really need? Because we go so much, like we just move, and we're just naturally born, like, I don't want to say workaholics, but we love what we do. And so time off is like somewhat abnormal to us.
It feels weird when you guys aren't doing a project, huh?
Right. And because we love it.
Yeah.
And so I think that opportunity that comes, I think I would encourage him to say, you know what, maybe I don't know yet, but maybe I do need a break.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You never really take a break, it seems like, huh?
Once a year we go on like a little vacation.
Like what, a week or two, or like
a week to 10 days.
and that's it.
It's kind of it. I mean,
You're just on nonstop.
yeah, it's a product of loving what we do.
Yeah, of course.
You know, being incredibly motivated by the fact that I see the runway of opportunity has thankfully been extended for, let's call it 15 to 20 years. I'm 32. I think it's realistic that that's possible, but that runway exists and I can't ignore that. None of us can. And it's about building something that I can be proud of when I'm, 20 years down the line, hopefully sitting on a beach enjoying the time that I'm sacrificing now.
Yeah.
But I think that's a good perspective and good outlook. And thank you for what you said about the show.
That's great.
That
man.
meant a lot.
That's great. And what about for these two guys? We'll save the youngest of the group for last,
Yeah. I think Kevin is very wise financially. And he, as a part of our business equation, because we're brothers, we're family, obviously, we're bandmates, we're creative partners, but we also run a business, and we're kind of co-CEOs in that sense. So we really have to kind of lean on each other for different things in different areas where we excel, and he certainly does when it comes to the financial aspect of the business and kind of operating, the business part of it, which is wonderful and takes pressure off of us to be in the weeds on that.
You're kind of the creative director of the financial aspect and the vision of the...
I just think just managing the day-to-day on it. Like there's constant things,
logistics.
It's a lot. It's a very large ship that moves very fast sometimes, but also very slow at others. And, it can take time.
Yeah.
And then I think the thing that he can improve upon is that I think he creates hurdles for himself in his desire to say what we've all kind of said, which is to please other. When it comes to what he said about me and when I sort of go and hermit, when I'm going through something, I think sometimes he takes that personally, and it's actually just about me processing or someone else going through their journey, and it doesn't need to be fixed.
Exactly.
And it's not your fault. It just doesn't need to be fixed in that moment. Joe has a carefree ease and ability to, I think, kind of see the good in everything and everyone, even when situations that are thrown his way are unfair, where he's characterized in a way that is unfair, or we all live this public life, and you have to sort of take the good with the bad and know that who you are with the people that love you and surround you is who you are, and not necessarily always what the world sees or thinks. But he has this ability to see the good, and it's reflected too in his music, his attitude on stage, and the way he treats people. And I really admire it, and am grateful for it, because I don't have that as easily.
Really?
I have a tendency to be sort of a little bit more cynical at times, or
skeptical. Yeah.
And I can see the times in which it directly reflects my ability to perform my best, or that's not just on stage, but in the studio, or if I'm in my head about something. And he's got this great ability to kind of pull out of it. Something he could work on. I think that the very thing that makes you great can also be the thing that makes it difficult at times. So when there's like an important conversation, business-wise or creatively, and he's more carefree and has an ease to him, like It's like, let's lock in.
Focus. He's like, whatever, you know.
But again, it's like the brilliance of what makes us all dynamic and excellent teammates is that we have these like things that make us great. It also is you know, it's a double-edged sword of it.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoy this and you want more inspirational content, make sure to click the subscribe button below and click right here to watch what's coming next.